doing plyometrics, but they actually making you faster. Most sprinters think they can just copy what they see on Instagram, a few pogos here, some jumps there, but no real plan. And without a system, these jumps don't transfer to speed. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to implement plyometrics properly in your off season using sprint phases, force profiles, and intent. So every rep actually builds real speed. Hello, my name is Lawrence Ella Johnson. I'm a professional sprinter, multiple-time D1 NCAA All-American, and former dual-sport D1 athlete in track and football. And this year, I placed 9th at the USA Championships and ran my first wind-aided sub-10 performance in my career. And here's a proof behind what I teach. Every athlete who's trained with me on a one-to-one basis for at least 6 months has set a new personal record in at least one of their events on the track or one of our speed testing metrics, because results don't lie, and obviously that statement is barring injury. So let's dive into it. If you're a sprinter who runs 12 seconds but want to run sub 11, then let's clear this up first. Plyometrics are not jump training. They're fast, they're reactive, and explosive movements designed to teach your body how to apply force and absorb force safely and transfer energy efficiently. So that means stiffness, elasticity, and rhythm, which is exactly what sprinting demands if they're done right. The problem is that most athletes don't match their plyos to the sprint phase that they're actually training. And if you don't match the demand, the body doesn't transfer it. If I had $1 every time I saw someone doing plyos wrong, I would be a rich son of a I keep it PG because I don't want to go there. But to implement plyos correctly, you must tie them to your sprinting. So that means aligning them with the phases of your sprint. So that means your start phase is overcoming inertia. That means your drive phase is about projecting horizontally. That means max velocity phase means it's about bouncing vertically, and deceleration is all about maintaining posture under fatigue. And each phase demands different force applications and different contact times. So your plyos need to reflect that. Think of it this way: a depth jump isn't going to help your block start, and a box jump from a dead start won't improve your top end bounce. And this is where the magic happens, where your plyos speak the same language as speed. This is the 3 rules of plyos progression. Athletes, I'm going to show you how to program your plyos in under 30 seconds, and you must understand these 3 rules. Rule number 1 is that progression matters. You earn high intensity plyos, so start with extensive and build intensity over time. Rule number 2 is intent is everything. Every jump must look like sprinting. Tall hips, strong posture, full extension, and reactive ground contacts. Rule number 3 is that volume is a weapon or a wrecking ball, because too little is no adaptation, but too much is neural fatigue, injuries, and slower sprints. Because plyos aren't conditioning, they're speed tools, so respect them. Here's how to program plyos for better acceleration. Acceleration has longer ground contact time, so here we go. The best plyos for the start phase will be seated box jumps, pause squat jumps, static broad jumps, standing hill jumps, and low hurdle jumps from a static. So here's a coaching point. You want to stick the landing, you don't want any counter movement, and you want to cue full hip extension with long rest in between sets. And here goes the prescription for it. 3 to 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps with 90 to 120 seconds rest. The goal here is to build concentric strength and projection and timing for your block starts. So now let's dive into the drive phase. The drive phase equals transitioning into speed while maintaining projection. So now the impulse is shorter, but it's still powerful. So what we want plyos to teach horizontal force production while also holding angles. So these are the best plyos for drive phase. Bounding series, these are your single and doubles. Sprint to a broad jump, alternate leg hops, resistant horizontal jumps, wall sprints with pogo bound combos. Here goes a coaching cue for this. You don't want to drive out and not pop up. You want to hold posture, you want to land in sprint like shapes, and you want to focus on quality over quantity. And here goes the prescription: 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 meters or 4 to 6 reps. And the goal here is to train explosive projection with the correct shin angles. Here's how to program plyos for better max velocity. Max velocity actually is the shortest ground contact time, which is why it's the most elastic phase. Here, we're training stiffness, reactivity, and neuromuscular rhythm. So these are the best plyos for max velocity. Pogos, single or double leg. Depth jumps, this is for bouncing but not landing. Rudiment series, this can be ankling, skips, and bounds. Fly step bounds and low hurdle sprint bounce drills. And the coaching cue here is stay tall, you want your hips high, you want to minimize knee bend, and you want to react fast, and you don't want to sink. So this is a prescription for you. 4 to 6 sets of 8 to 12 reps or 10 to 20 meters. And the goal here is to build bounce, timing, and rhythm at sprint cadence. The deceleration phase of plyometrics. This isn't just about slowing down, it's about holding your speed longer. And these plyos train coordination under fatigue and your ability to handle load without collapsing. So these are the best plyos for the slowing down phase, the slowest part of sprinting. Your sprint, float, sprint plyos. Your single leg depth lands into a sprint. Your skips for height to a sprint. Your cadence resistant bounds and your sprint drop rebound combos. And the coaching cue here is to control under fatigue, maintain posture on landing. Don't cut reps short here. You want to control the last few, because this is all about executing under fatigue. So the prescription here is 2 to 3 sets post sprint or post lift. Those are the only time we want to do these. And the goal here is to delay breakdown and hold maximum speed posture. And here's a full season breakdown for plyometrics. Week 1 through 4, you want to have an extensive phase. So teach rhythm, posture, and trunk stiffness. You want to have low level hops with rudiment drills. You want to do this 2 times a week with low intensity but high reps. And the goal here is to prep your tendons and refine movements. Then week 5 through 8 is a power phase. This is where you want to introduce projection and vertical force. This can be bounds, box jumps, and pause jumps. Do this 2 to 3 times a week with moderate volume. You want to build horizontal and vertical pulse here. Now weeks 9 through 12 is your elastic phase. This is high central nervous load, so you want to make sure that you're truly recovering during this. You want to do reactive contacts. These are your depth jumps, your fly bounds, your sprint, float, sprint work. 1 to 2 times a week. Keep the volume low but the intensity high. And the goal here is to refine stiffness, bounce, and speed timing. And here's a breakdown of how to schedule them in a week. So this will be 3 sessions, right? A max of 3 per week. Day 1 is your horizontal focus. That's your bounds and projections. Day 2 is your vertical focus. That's pogos, skips, and stiffness. And the optional day 3 is your extensive recovery focus. So that's your low level jumps and your trunk control. The best times to do them are before you're lifting if you're light, and after sprinting if you're moderate, or on their own day if this is a high intense day. And always pair sprint drills or plyometric work for full transfer. So this is how you track plyometric progress. You don't just do plyometrics, you need to track them. So you want to jump heights and distance. Are your broad jumps improving? Ground contact times. Are your pogos becoming more reactive? Your landing control. Are you sticking landings without collapsing? And then overall, the most important is your sprint performance. Is your flying 10 or block starts improving? And everything in a weight room or jump session must show up in sprint timing. That's so important. Don't just do stuff if it's not actually showing up in your sprint timing. So if you want to be faster this offseason, you need to train plyos the right way. And just as a reminder, match the plyos to the sprint phase. Progress over time and don't max out week 1. And focus on intent, angles, and impulse. And you need to track your results like your career depends on it. So now you've reached the point in the video where you have 2 options. You can be like the 99% of athletes that would get value from a video and click on the next one. Or you can be like the 1% and join my free community called Sprint University, which is the first link in the description of this video. Or if you want to have results like the athletes I mentioned in the beginning of this video and know that after 6 months you will progress, then you can click the second link in the description and book a call with me and my team to see if you're a good fit for our one-on-one training program. Worst case scenario, you aren't, and we try to point you in a direction that will still help you. Best case scenario, we absolutely change your speed forever. I'll see you in the next video.